Recently, the government of Saudi Arabia is repositioning global footprint, and they want to make sure that doing business in Saudi Arabia is attractive enough to be among the top 10 countries globally. And accordingly, we are seeing every day Saudi is doing better in terms of the judicial aspects, legal reforms, the journey of the investors from the start to the operation. So it's a full circle to make sure that the investment ecosystem in Saudi Arabia is comprehensive enough and competitive enough to attract best in class globally, and to make sure that Saudi is very critical when it comes to global investments. We have long waited for the bankruptcy law in Saudi Arabia. Once the law was enacted 2018, most of the business communities was very keen to know more about the law. This directly or indirectly will positively impact the economy. It will also protect employees, employers, management, and shareholders as well. Recently, Saudi Arabia announced an ease in the regulatory requirements to own real estate. And they also created a system where entities can contribute in the ownership in Mecca and Medina through funds or through different means. These steps created a very attractive market in Saudi Arabia, and people are looking into the real estate sector as a very attractive sector to invest. The data protection laws are still under review. There will be a great positive contribution to both the business, the personal protection end users, as well as government entities. Saudi Arabia is among the most advanced countries when it comes to regulating the digital economy. Recently, we are seeing more support, more schemes of funding, including the involvement of CMA, of Minister of Investment. They create a one-stop shop for those who are intending to do business in Saudi Arabia. The collaboration of different government entities is obvious and critical to the success of the fintech atmosphere and the ecosystem in Saudi Arabia. 3 elements to be regulated in the near future: the security and safety of the users, of the service providers, of different categories within the community. Second element is the accountability and potential expansion aspects associated with doing business, the ability to attract, regulate, and to give them the flexibility to expand and be creative. The third is that the digital content regulatory aspect affect different sectors. So you need a regulatory umbrella that gives them the ability to be able to produce further policies. The Saudi vision is focusing on diversifying the Saudi economy from the use of oil. We are seeing much better real legal reforms and legal environment, both for the end users as well as the private/public entities. Foreign investment in Saudi Arabia has been an active file since 2005. The government is implementing an advanced regulatory improvements, taking into consideration major reforms to be done, including things associated with like fintech, digital content, digital economy, entertainment, real estate. The government also has announced a number of mega projects, whether it's NEOM, Daraya, or Qiddiya. So the government is establishing the necessary regulatory platform to have those investors feel comfortable and to make sure that their journey in Saudi Arabia is a pleasant journey. I am very positive about years to come. I think the journey from where we stand today to 2030 is going to be exciting. The legal reforms will continue to improve. I do believe that investors should come to Saudi Arabia before it's too late. It's a great time for Saudi Arabia in terms of investment, in terms of doing business, in terms of talents being empowered. Today, women have the right place in terms of the workplace. They are proving a success story. Today, I can say that it's the right place and the right time to be in. Saudi Arabia